Hi guys, come with me while I teach you how to cut a perfect collar that will give a very beautiful fitting to your shirt or your dress. This is the particular one I made and I just decided to make a video of it. I was making this dress and I was like, okay, let me just make a cutting tutorial of the collar for you guys. So if you've been wondering how to make beautiful collars on shirts, you've been confused, I am going to solve all of that in this video. Please do well to subscribe and leave a comment for me. Also hit the like button and share this video. So now I am going to be using a pattern paper, scissors, ruler and my biro. Now the first thing to do is to pick up your shirt or the dress you want to add a collar to. You are going to fold it into two like this. Make sure that the two button areas are facing each other. I'm going to measure around the neckline and I got around 9.2. I hope you understand. So fold yours into two, measure what you have there, and now that 9.2 I am going to place it on my paper. Now just so you know, my paper is not on fold, but you can also fold yours. Now from this center part of my paper I went out by 9.2 on the lower part and I am just marking out that 9.2 again, and I'm going to use my ruler to connect those 2 points to form a straight line. Now from the lower part of my pattern paper I will go up by ½ inch. Now measure my 9.2 and I'll divide it into 2 and I'm going to mark the center point there. Take your own measurement, use your own measurement, okay? Now I will connect that ½ inch to the midpoint of my collar using my ruler and my biro. After connecting, this is what you should have. I hope it's clear enough for you guys to see. Now from the ½ inch there, as you can see, I will go up by 1 inch. That is going to be like the collar stand, the width for the collar stand. Now from that line that I drew, I will go in by 1 inch. Now this 1 inch here is going to be serving as the collar stand. We are not making a two-piece collar. It's going to be a one-piece collar, but it's going to look like a two-piece collar. Now from this point, I will just mark 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. You can see how the 1 inch look, and I'm going to use my ruler to connect that point together. If you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do well to subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video. In this channel, you will find very easy tutorials. So now from the point, I went in by 1 inch. Now from the 1 inch line, I will go up by 2.5. Now this 2.5 I am marking will be the width of the bodice of the collar. I'm going to call it bodice. You can see that from the 1 inch I went up by 2.5 all the way around. Now I'm going to use my ruler to connect that those dotted lines together. Now because I don't want this area to look straight, I'm going to mark dotted lines first down to that 1 inch. Then from the upper part of the bodice I went out by ½ inch and I will connect it to that 1 inch that we came in by. I really hope you understand. If you know you understood everything I have said, just smash the like button. In fact, break the like button for me. Now after doing that, this is my collar stand. I'm going to label it so you guys can understand very well. And then this area is my bodice. That's the bodice of the collar, but I am not going to be cutting it as a two-piece. Okay, now this area here I don't want it to be pointy, so I am just going to create a curve there. Like from the sharp angle 90 there, I went in by ½ inch and I just created a curve. Some people usually leave their own sharp and it's not bad, but if you don't want to leave your sharp, you can just create a curve. As you can see, from that point I went in by ½ inch and I created a curve. If you understand everything I have been saying and you understand to this point, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have a lot of beginners friendly tutorials on this YouTube channel that will really help you and make you a pro in sewing. Now after marking out all the lines, I am going to pick up my scissors and I will start cutting it out. You can see the way I am cutting it out. I am cutting it out as a one piece. Then I'm going to cut out the ½ inch that we marked out. Now after cutting it out, this is how your collar should look. It is very easy to make. It's very easy. It's not hard. Now this is the interface I will be using on my fabric, and it is called a collar stay. So it's not so strong, but it's not paper stay. This one also have structure. So now I am going to fold it into two, and I will place my pattern paper on it like so. I'm going to use my scissors to cut out the same shape that I have on my pattern paper. I'm just going to replicate that on this interface here. I'm not going to add ½ inch around it. I'm going to cut it the same way. If you follow the steps that I have been showing you, trust me, you will get it right. Now after cutting out my interface, my collar stay, this is what it looks like, and I'm just going to label it as one piece, okay, and it is folded into two like I said earlier. Now as you can see, I have cut out my fabric, and it is wider than the pattern than the interface, and it is also longer than the interface. Now I cut out two pieces. One is going to serve as the main piece, while the other will be the lining. Now I'm going to open up my fabric. I'll open up my interface as well, and I will iron it very well on my interface. On this lining on, I will use a paper stay. For these two interface, they have shiny part, so you are going to iron the shiny part on the wrong side of the fabric. After ironing them, this is what it looks like. I have the main piece and the lining piece there, but I use the same fabric as the lining. Oh, don't use another fabric, use the same fabric as the lining. Now I'm going to place it on top each other, right side facing each other. After placing them right side facing each other, you are going to use your pins to hold them down. I am working with a Jonkoso fabric, and you know Jonkoso material does not stay one place at all. In fact, I tire for that material, I'll not even lie, but the material is very fine though. So I had to use a pin to hold it down properly, and then I am just trimming out the allowance, making sure that I have just ½ inch left on that upper part, and then I am going to use my pin to hold it down properly. Make sure you use a pin to hold it down. I'm going to use my scissors again to cut ½ inch around this interface. I hope you understand. We are cutting ½ inch around the collar stay. Follow the shape of the collar stay, but make sure that you are cutting ½ inch away from the collar stay at the upper part, at the side, and at the lower area. You can see how I'm cutting out the lower area. Please do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me up, hit the like button, share this video so that other creatives can see this video and learn from it. I'm so sorry for the background noise, guys. So now I am going to fold the area that have the stronger interface. I'll fold the allowance on the lower part and iron it. Now I'm going to also take it to my sewing machine. I would sew very close to the interface, but don't sew on top the interface, just sew close to it. Now as you can see, I have stitched it, and I use my scissors to notch it so it balances well when I turn it. Now I folded the allowance like this to the back, and then I took it back to my machine, and then I just sew around the interface area, close to the interface. I did not sew on the interface, so I can see that I bent that hard stay part. I bent it because I ironed it, so I had to bend that area. I'm very sorry this area is not showing. So now I'm going to sew the other side as well. I really hope you understand. Now one thing you have to do when making a collar is that you have to notch those sides where you just stitch. You can see the area where I stitch close to the interface. I'm using my scissors to notch it, and then I'll remove my pin. These are the little things. In fact, let me call it little. These are the very important things you have to do when you are making a collar, because if you don't notch it, it will not balance well, it will not look neat. Now I'm going to use my scissors to tuck out that sharp points, but please be careful when using your scissors so you don't tear or ruin your fabric. Now I would arrange it very well, and then I will take it to my sewing machine, my ironing table, and I will iron it very well. Now after ironing my collar properly, this is what it looked like. You can see that it's looking very neat, yes. And the area that have the stronger interface, I ironed the lower part in. I folded the 1/2 inch there and I iron it properly. You can see that that area is coming out because it's the one that have paper stay. The one that have the stronger interface should not come out. Now fold it into 2 and I will measure what I have there. After taking the measurement, I had 9.2. Remember that when I measured my collar, I had the same. When I measured my round neck for the shirt, I had the same 9.2. Now I just notched the center point of this collar. Now this is the shirt that I was making. So now I folded the neck or the shirt into 2 at the the neck area. I don't know why I'm making mistake, at the neck area, and then I will also notch the center point. This is going to serve as a guide for us to know the center points when fixing our collar. Now this is a Jonkoso fabric. It's very good for this particular style that I made. It's very fine for it, in fact. Or you can use a crepe, whichever one you want. Now you see the one that has the paper stay, right? The one that have the paper stay, the soft stay. You are going to place it on the right side of your fabric. On the right side of your fabric. Center point facing center point, and you pin it down. Now I'll take the end of the collar and then I will merge it to the end of the shirt, that button down area, and I'll use my pin to hold it down. Now as you can see, I am just using my pin to hold the collar to the neckline of this shirt. I'm so sorry for the background noise. I'm using I'm using my pin to hold the collar down to the neckline of this shirt. Now after using my pin to hold down the collar to the neckline of the shirt from one button point to the other, I will take it to my sewing machine and I am going to stitch all the way to the end. Now after stitching the area that have the light stay or the light interface, you can see how it looks. It looks very neat, right? Now you see that allowance there, or that stitch there. I'll push it in and use the one that have stronger interface to cover it. Then I'm going to use my pin to just hold it down, so that while I'm sewing, it's going to be very easy for me to sew. Whenever you make use of pin, you see that your sewing is going to be easy and it's going to be neat. Pins are not meant for beginners only. They are meant for everybody. Anybody can use pin. So now I'm going to use my pin to hold it down, and then I will take it to my sewing machine. I'll take it to my sewing machine and I'll stitch it from one end to the other. So guys, after stitching it, I added my buttons to the dress, and this is how neat the collar looks. I bet you if you follow this tutorial up, you do it the same way I just showed you, you will definitely get it right. You can see the dress that I attached the collar on. So it's looking very nice. I made it for a client and she loves it. Thank you so much for watching. If you've not subscribed to my channel, please do where to subscribe, hit on the notification bell, leave a comment for me, share this video and smash, in fact break the like button.